please introduce
Hello.
yourself to the camera?
My name is Justin Perry.
Hello, my name is Marta Luisa Restrepo Hernandez.
Alright, now I'm going to begin my speech. Picture this. The power goes out. The emergency alert starts to blare on your cell phone and instructs you to evacuate. You have 10 minutes to leave. Do you have what you need to survive? Or do you grab your phone and keys and hope for the best? Emergencies aren't things that just happen in apocalypse movies or zombie TV shows. They are real, they're unpredictable, and they're occurring more frequently. Today, I am going to convince you that creating a go bag and an emergency preparedness plan are essential. Additionally, we will be discussing how most people are unprepared, what should be in a go bag, emergency planning, and why it is worth the effort. I have done extensive research on guidelines from the American Red Cross, FEMA, the CDC, and research papers on emergency preparedness. I've also built my own kit, realizing how unprepared I was and the deadly consequences of being unprepared in an emergency. Let's start by addressing the dangerous assumption that disasters won't happen to you, that they only happen somewhere else. According to the Federal Emergency Management Agency, or FEMA, 57% of Americans say they are not prepared for a disaster and don't plan to get prepared within the next year. Even more concerning, only 34% are familiar with emergency kits, and just 27% have an evacuation plan in place. The poor planning mindset will lead to panic, poor decisions, and potentially loss of life when disaster strikes. An example of this is Hurricane Katrina. Thousands were left stranded without food, water, or medicine after the storm, and could not evacuate due to poor planning. This led to the death of 1,800 people, many of which were preventable. Now let's take a look at the first step to change this. Assemble a go bag. FEMA has outlined a go bag should have 3 days of water, about 1 gallon per person, along with non-perishable food, batteries, and a first aid kit. Additionally, things like a multi-tool, maps, a change of clothes, cash, and a flashlight are essential to make someone mobile during a disaster. After gathering the basic supplies, you will want to tailor your go bag to your individual and your family's needs. Additional medication, supplies for babies, games for children, pet supplies are all recommended by the American Red Cross when making your survival kit. When I built my own go bag, I did not think of bringing a portable phone charger or extra glasses, or just how heavy carrying water was. It forced me to think practically about what I needed in a disaster. Depending on the types of disasters common in your area, it's a good idea to include items in your kit that are specifically useful for those situations. Things like rain gear, work gloves, or surgical masks could be essential. But the bag is just half of it. You also need to have a plan. FEMA's planning guide stresses that methodological planning helps communities define roles, responsibilities, and expected results, the foundational element to planning. Coordinating with family, friends, and neighbors will make it easier to pool resources and deal with challenges. Having designated meeting locations and utilizing radios can help everyone meet together safely, stay informed, and communicate with each other. These simple planning actions cost nothing and make a huge difference when a disaster inevitably strikes. So why put all this effort into go bags and plans? It's all for better outcomes for you and for your family. The truth is, real emergencies don't unfold like they do in the movies. Whether it's floods, hurricanes, or widespread power outages, these events can escalate rapidly and turn deadly. The COVID-19 pandemic was a stark example of panic and lack of preparedness that cost lives. According to Brown University, one reason the United States struggled more than other countries did with the pandemic was due to healthcare funding cuts and poor planning driven by political decisions. This underscores why every household should have, at a minimum, a basic survival kit and a well thought out emergency plan. We have seen how unprepared the majority of Americans are, but a go bag and a plan could change everything. You, your family, and your community all benefit. We have discussed that 57% are unprepared for an emergency. Kits must include essential items, but also must be personalized to you, your family, and your location. Emergency plans are low cost and effective, and go bags and kits can be the difference between life and death. So when that emergency alert blares and your heart starts racing, will you scramble in panic, or calmly grab your bag and call your family and follow the plan you already made? Thank you. Thanks, guys.
You did it?